He was shot before he ever stepped inside. But what if his spirit never left the doorstep? They say some souls can't move on, not because they're lost, but because justice hasn't found them. This is the haunting true story of Casey Goodson Jr., a 23-year-old man taken too soon, and the lingering energy he may have left behind. What if the doorway he died at became a threshold between this world and the next? Tonight, we step into the story of Casey Goodson Jr., a 23-year-old black man whose life was cut short in what many call one of the most chilling, unresolved tragedies in recent American history. But this is not just a story about systemic injustice and a life lost. This is about the ripple effects that echo far beyond one family. About generational pain. About the energies that linger at the threshold of grief, demanding to be seen, felt, and transformed. This is Past Life Diaries, where we explore the intersection of trauma, memory, and the unseen threads that tie souls across time. And sometimes, those threads lead us to the doorstep of unfinished justice. Casey Goodson Jr. was coming home. It was a quiet afternoon on December 4, 2020, in Columbus, Ohio. Casey had just returned from a dentist appointment and stopped to pick up sandwiches for his family. His grandmother, mother, and 5-year-old brother were waiting for him at home. But what should have been a mundane afternoon turned tragic in an instant. Casey was shot in the back multiple times by Franklin County Sheriff's Deputy Jason Meade, a member of a federal fugitive task force. Casey wasn't a suspect. He wasn't fleeing. He was simply unlocking the door to his house, holding a bag of sandwiches and, reportedly, the key in the other hand. The deputy later claimed he saw a gun, and feared for his life. But no body camera footage exists. No dashcam. No corroborating witness. Only a grieving family and a haunting question: what really happened to Casey Goodson Jr.? In the days that followed, protests erupted. Anger boiled over. And grief settled like dust across the Goodson family household, a home once filled with laughter, now marked by an eerie stillness. Casey's mother, Tamala Payne, described waking up in cold sweats, feeling her son's presence, hearing his voice in dreams. His grandmother couldn't bring herself to open the front door, the same door Casey was trying to walk through when his life was stolen. But the tragedy didn't just end there. It began to echo, in ways that were deeply spiritual, emotional, and, for many, paranormal. Family members began reporting sensations. Casey's little brother, only 5 years old, spoke of hearing footsteps in the hallway late at night. A cousin dreamed of Casey standing in the doorway, just watching, not speaking, his expression unreadable, but his presence heavy. Neighbors said lights flickered in the house, doors creaked open slowly, even when no one was near them. For the Goodson family, it wasn't just grief. It was a haunting. Whether literal or symbolic, Casey's energy lingered. In the world of spiritual trauma, we often speak of the concept of a soul echo. It's when the energy of a soul caught in sudden, violent transition remains earthbound, seeking closure, justice, or acknowledgement. Could Casey's soul have been trying to speak? Could his essence have been holding space in the doorway he never got to fully cross? Tamala began speaking openly about the messages she felt she was receiving from her son. She said, "Sometimes I dream of him, but it doesn't feel like a dream. It feels like he's visiting." In those dreams, Casey was never angry. Just still. Present. Waiting. As public pressure mounted, the FBI launched an investigation. Civil rights attorneys and activists rallied. The media spotlight brought attention, but not resolution. Months turned into years. And still, no criminal charges. No accountability. But the Goodson family did something extraordinary. They transformed their grief into purpose. They started the Casey Goodson Jr. Foundation, offering scholarships to young black men, educating communities about their rights, and lobbying for police reform. Through this activism, they said they could feel Casey's presence shift. Less heavy. More peaceful. Could it be that by seeking justice, not just legal, but spiritual, they were helping Casey's soul move forward? Ancestral trauma doesn't begin or end with a single event. It is carried. And sometimes, it is transformed. In the Black community, the stories of young men lost to state violence often become part of a larger tapestry of generational grief. But with voices like Tamala's, with actions like the Foundation, those stories also become threads of resistance, healing, and evolution. One psychic medium who reached out to the family described feeling a pressure in the chest when approaching the Goodson home, a physical sensation often linked to a spirit who passed from chest trauma. They claimed Casey's energy was tied to his mother most strongly. A tether of love and pain, but also of purpose. The medium said, he wants his story told. But more than that, he wants transformation. Not vengeance. What does it mean to be taken too soon? To stand at the threshold of home, of safety, and never make it inside? For Casey, that door became a symbol. A line between life and death. Between justice and erasure. But perhaps, also between this world and the next. And it's through stories, remembrance, and spiritual confrontation that we make space for souls like Casey's to find rest. If you've ever stood at a door that wouldn't open, felt a presence behind you when no one was there, or dreamed of someone long gone watching silently, you may be closer to the spirit world than you think. And the spirits may still be waiting, for truth, for peace, for release. Thank you for watching Past Life Diaries. Like, comment, and subscribe if you believe in honoring lives taken too soon, and the echoes they leave behind. And remember, some doors remain open, not to scare us, but to remind us that justice, like the soul, never truly rests until it's been heard.